Hey, it's me, Narrative, and this is a review of the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider ZI-O. The box is the standard SH Figuarts Kamen Rider ZI-O lines affair, littered with a few date stamps to emphasize the rider's time travel theme. On the back are a few shots of the figure in some poses. Well, enough of that. It's time for the main event. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is immaculate, befitting of a king, I should say. The colors, based on what I can see, use at least 2 to 3 different shades of gold, further emphasizing ZI-O's kingly appearance. The attention to detail is most evident with the mini statuettes placed on the key parts of the rider's body: Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Faiz, Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto, Den-O, Kiva, Decade, Double, O's, Forze, Wizard, Gaim, Drive, Ghost, Exade, Build, and at the very top, our very own Kamen Rider ZI-O. Granted, there was no way they were going to get the details 1000% correct. This is a 1/12 scale figure after all, but they get as close as they possibly can. The only area where I can say that lacks detail is the ride watches. I get that they're small and all, but the Ginga Finally Figuarts had tinier face plates just to show a change in form. I don't know why they couldn't get this detail right on the literal lead rider. To those that own this figure, be careful when lying it on its back. The paint scrapes off easily on this particular section. Now, onto articulation. The head is on a ball joint which allows it to rotate 360 degrees, though the large collar piece gets in the way of that. Take note that the chin can scrape against the collar, which may result in paint rub. The upper torso is also on a ball joint that can rotate and twist, but bear in mind that the wristwatch detail on the belly may also suffer from paint scrapage if you aren't careful. So my tip on that is that when you rotate the upper torso, just bring the lower torso along for the drive. The arms can move around the normal amount, but if you wanted ZI-O to have the ability to tap each statuette on his body, you may sorely be disappointed, as his shoulder armor gets in the way of his butterfly joints, so just keep that in mind alongside the fact that the double bend won't allow him to tap the statuettes on his shoulders. The Jiku driver can rotate for your finish time moments. The legs are the most unimpeded area of articulation, save for the statuettes on the side of the thighs that can be moved around with their ball peg connection. Even with that though, they may get in the way of the legs spreading out and may look awkward in certain positions. The foot has the katakana for kick or kiku. A bit on the nose, but hey, that's Kamen Rider for you. The weakest area of the figure is the accessories. He only comes with a set of expressive hands and holding hands. One for his signature pointing up finger pose, the second greatest pointing up pose in all of Rider, and another set of for his Rider selection fingers. The other hands are dedicated for weapon holding, since ZI-O has the ability to not only summon previous Heisei era riders, but also their weapons. These hands can hold a variety of weapons, and I have a few shots to show this. Ironically enough, none of the hands can manage to hold this one ZI-O weapon, the Saikyo Girade from ZI-O2. The hands dedicated for swords are too tight while the other set of hands for the guns can hold it. It's far too loose for my liking. I wish that they had taken this weapon into consideration since he uses it with this form a lot. Furthermore, I wish this figure came with any weapon outside of the box. The Saikyo Girade was easy enough for me to get since I like the ZI-O2 design, but the Jikan Girade was a pain since at the time it only came with ZI-O Trinity, whose design I hated, and the Ride Striker machine. Guess which one I went for. The bike is in a pile of boxes which I can't find right now, but it was worth it. In hindsight though, Trinity was probably the better choice since I now have a Woz without any weapons. Damn you, Bandai! Now onto some size comparisons. The SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Grand ZI-O stands at approximately 145mm or around 6 inches, which is pretty standard for most SH Figuarts Kamen Riders. In conclusion, Grand ZI-O is an excellent figure that captures the title character's pseudo-final form in the show. The designers went above and beyond with the details that they could cram into it. Details that ultimately brought down some areas of articulation. The package had some questionable decisions in it as well. It comes with all sorts of hands to hold numerous amounts of accessories, and yet it doesn't come with any weapons of its own at all. It feels pretty scummy as the figure's practically screaming, "Buy more product to let me have more weapons." Again, scummy business practices aside, if you're a big fan of Kamen Rider ZI-O or just want something to serve as a bookend to your Heisei era collection, then this figure is a must-have for you. As for those who aren't either of those things, then I suggest that you look elsewhere. Perhaps a darker type of king is your style. That's all for me. Thanks for watching, and I suggest that you keep your eyes open for the next review.